walking around here distraught after somebody to pull some whole shit on you. You be like, man, I showed them niggas all the love I was trying to put niggas on. They backed on me, all this little shit. They did it to Jesus first, nigga. God damn, they did it to Jesus. Jesus out here showing all the love and they backed on my baby, doing all the type of whole shit, got him killed. Why the fuck would you think they wouldn't do it to you? They did it to Jesus, nigga. Use your motherfucking mind. Stop crying and breaking down all that little shit when somebody do some whole shit. Remember, they did it to Jesus first, nigga. Jesus put niggas at the table, put niggas on. They still backed on my baby. Shit foul out here. Hold your head up, nigga. Fuck. Free game.
Cain and Abel's story. This is my opinion, okay? My opinion is that Eve didn't bite no apple. I really think that Eve fucked the devil. And it's possible, y'all could look it up, it's possible for us women to be pregnant with twins from two different men. And that was the case. Cain was the devil's child. That's why he had that spirit of jealousy and envy towards his brother, because they didn't have the same bloodline. And God knew that too. That's why he gave them different roles. Cain was the farmer and Abel was the shepherd. Also, when it was time to do sacrifices for God, Abel gave God his little baby. He gave God the good parts of his lamb. Cain gave God some dried up fruit. Pay attention to their intentions. You see how Abel glorified God, knew that God was worthy, and Cain had those devilish ways, thought he could get over. That helps me understand why so many siblings be jealous of other siblings. Just because you come from the same mother or same father doesn't mean you have the same bloodline. I always tell people, being that God threw down the devil in the 3/4, y'all don't think they came down here and made it? Yes, they did. We just got to snap it to reality and accept the fact that the devil has kids too. Everybody in this world is not God's children. I can't stress that enough. People love to say humans was already here. Correct. Beings was already here. Humans were not already here. Cain and Abel was the first beings. Goes back to the supernatural. Goes back to these spiritual warfare. Goes back to what's going on in the world for real. Like they show us on the movies. And then also they keep saying an apple. In the Bible it said a fruit. It never said an apple. So, again, this is my theory. She had sex with the devil.
This is free game. This is what I refer to as a glitch. You ever been rocking with somebody and everything is going so cool, so peaceful, they're respectful, they melt your butter, baby. And then all of a sudden, boom. In the matter of seconds, something just flicks off. And now you're looking at this person like, damn, I can't even recognize you anymore. Who is this? A lot of the times we are solely attracted to a person's personality, which is partially correct. But your character and a person's personality should go hand in hand. I care more about your character over your personality because that's your beliefs, that's your values, that's your morals. A good character will make for a bomb personality. A shitty character will start to show you that glitch in that motherfucking personality. And now you wonder why this woman was just loving you down. 2 days later, she's fucking around because it's within her character. She doesn't feel like she needs to stand on any type of value of a loyalty or this relationship means something to me. Pay attention to character. Personality will follow.
Y'all don't know what that is? That's you. Nah, no funny shit. Y'all know who y'all bitches remind me of? Them scamming Habibi niggas that be calling my phone trying to get my social security number, talk about something. Yeah, we got it, but we need you to re-verify. Nah, nigga, you tell me, and since you know it, then them niggas switch on you mad quick. Just give me the social. That's how y'all bitches be. Talking to niggas all nice, then you randomly ask for some money. The nigga asks you like, why I gotta give you money? I just met you. Just give me the money or you'll never see me or fuck me. Shut the fuck up, bitch. I know 6 niggas that had they dick in your mouth. You're a cum dumpster. What am I giving you money for? And the funny thing is, y'all bitches would be respected more if y'all would just be upfront with it. Like, y'all are prostitutes. I think y'all are in an identity crisis. Y'all are like them bitches who wear scrubs at the hospital and push garbage cans around and swear that y'all are nurses. Y'all are janitors. The only thing you're scrubbing is room 107. Let's get that very clear. If y'all would just not do, y'all do everything a prostitute does, but don't want to be called a prostitute. You know, in y'all bios, when y'all have in there girl mom, Kaylee and Alyssa's mom, Deshawn's mother, also put in your bio you're a prostitute too. Y'all don't know what that is? That's you. Nah.
It ain't you. The bitch is just a loser, and she gonna make sure she lose. She can't lose if she with you, cause you a winner. So for her to be where she's most comfortable, she gotta get away from you, cause she's a fucking loser and you a fucking winner. It's called self-sabotaging behavior. I'ma say this in the nicest way possible. A lot of these women are fucking fools. The bitch is a loser. They will have a great situation where they are benefiting. They're getting a man's time, his energy, his knowledge, his network. And this man is going out of his way for this woman. And over something so small, she would say, I'm done dealing with it all. And you think to yourself, damn, was it me? I'm doing this, I'm doing that. What? She must have better options. And the bitch don't got no better options. Ain't never had no better option. You was the best she ever had. And then you sitting there tripping, thinking to yourself like, what's really going on? The bitch is a loser. And that is why she was in that lowly state when you met her, because she makes poor decisions. Hey brother, it ain't you. It ain't you. Stop overthinking it. You gonna drive yourself crazy trying to make sense out of nonsense. The bitch is a fucking fool. And that's why she was fucked up when you met her. Because clearly she makes poor decisions in life. You were the best thing and the best man that she ever had. And she threw it all away over something so minuscule. Why? Because she's a fucking fool and makes poor decisions in life. And that's why she was in a poor state when you met her. No matter what happened in her life, she was going to find a way to fuck it up. It's called self-sabotaging behavior. You can give her a winning play, she's going to find a way to lose it. Throw her the ball perfectly in the end zone, she's going to find a way to fall out of bounds. That's why I say start looking at these broads' history. The trauma and things that they got going on in their life since childhood, you can never fix. So you're only investing in a situation that could never work out. It ain't you. The bitch is just a loser, and she gonna make sure she lose. And she can't lose if she with you, because you a winner. So for her to be where she's most comfortable, she gotta get away from you, because she's a fucking loser and you a fucking winner. It's real talk.
Between me and you, if he was to fall off today, I'm still gonna have his back. I'm still gonna be here tomorrow. I'm not gonna leave that man side. I'm gonna hold us both down until he get back on his feet, because I know he would do the same for me. As soon as a dude fall off, that's when y'all want to dip out. That's the time that he needs you. If you know that man will do anything for you, why would you leave him when he really needs you? Y'all want to be there for the good times, but don't want to stick it out through the bad. You know that man will stop what he doing to make sure you straight. As soon as he fall off, you don't make sure he's straight. You don't make sure he good. And to them dudes that's always talking about, let me take care of you, if you fall off, who gonna take care of us? I'm a hustler, baby. That's why I always gotta have my own bag. 2 bags is better than 1. If my dude was to fall off today, I'm gonna make sure we both straight. I'm not gonna leave his side. I'm gonna make sure he don't fall. I'm gonna make sure I get him back to where he used to be. Y'all be trying to dip out when times get tough.
You get horny. If you don't have nobody to have sex with, you start masturbating, right? As soon as something happens to you, you explode, and you expect people to take that kind of attitude because that's just how I am, right? You've allowed your flesh to be your God for so long. Whenever you fast, what you're saying is I know you've been my God, but I am now going to give God his rightful place. Guess what? Your flesh isn't okay with that, so it's going to growl at you. And so here you have your face breaking out, you're getting migraine headaches, all of these things are going crazy. But let me tell you what it is. It's not because you have all of a sudden started to you're doing something wrong. These things were lying dormant, which means that this was a disease that was scheduled to kill you unless you fasted, and it had to expose itself. Whenever you fast, it's like shining the light of God on a hidden thing, and it has to expose itself. People have to expose themselves, right? People have to expose themselves. Situations have to expose themselves. Anything that is hidden in your life, any evil covenant that somebody did 15 years ago that is still hidden, that is expecting you never to find it, the God shines a light on it during a time of prayer and fasting, and it has to expose itself. So with that being said, I want you to expect some things during a fast. Some people say, Tiffany, when I fast with you, all hell seems to break loose. It seems like before I started fasting, my life is fine. You know, me and my spouse, we get along great. Me and my children get along great. But whenever I fast with you, all hell breaks loose. We are arguing. We're not, making love anymore. Or Tiffany, everybody at the job is acting crazy. A stranger is acting crazy. Guess what? That means that the fast is working. These things were lying dormant, waiting for your promotion to happen. The enemy doesn't necessarily want to ruin your life when nobody knows who you are, right? The enemy is waiting to ruin your life when everybody knows who you are, so that he can mock God. He can make a fool of God. He can't make a fool of God, but that's what his goal is. And you get horny.
The Matrix is a system, Neo. That system is our enemy. But when you're inside, you look around, what do you see? Businessmen, teachers, lawyers, carpenters, the very minds of the people we are trying to save. But until we do, these people are still a part of that system, and that makes them our enemy. You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. And many of them are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on the system, that they will fight to protect it. Were you listening to me, Neo? Or were you looking at the woman in the red dress?
I was...
Look again. Freeze it.
This isn't the Matrix.
No. It's another training program designed to teach you one thing. If you are not one of us, you are one of them.
What are they?
Sentient programs. They can move in and out of any software still hardwired to their system. That means that anyone we haven't unplugged is potentially an agent. Inside the Matrix, they are everyone, and they are no one.
We have survived by hiding from them, by running from them. But they are the gatekeepers. They are guarding all the doors, they are holding all the keys, which means that sooner or later, someone is going to have to fight them.
Someone.
I won't lie to you, Neo. Every single man or woman who has stood their ground, everyone who has fought an agent has died. But where they have failed, you will succeed.
Why?
I've seen an agent punch through a concrete wall. Men have emptied entire clips at them and hit nothing but air. Yet their strength and their speed are still based in a world that is built on rules. Because of that, they will never be as strong or as fast as you can be.
What are you trying to tell me? That I can dodge bullets?
No, Neo. I'm trying to tell you that when you're ready, you won't have to.
We got trouble.
Bashir Makak Wadash. Much love and double honors to those that came before us, and salutations and blessings to those that support and take heed and follow the Lamb as we're following the Lamb, Yahweh Shai, the Son of God. And as you can see, man, there's a lot of spiritual warfare taking place as we speak. You know, the devil's coming down with great wrath. His time is short. You know, he's changing laws, sending martial troops and you know, soldiers to different cities across the states, across Babylon, and a lot of things are being revealed and exposed. And the Jezebel, the evil, the wicked, mystery Babylon, the whore, and all the enemies of Yahweh Bashim Shai, enemies of his righteousness and his order, his counsel, are being exposed and revealed and cut off. And you know, we're gonna continue speaking things and bringing out and exposing things that a lot of people shy away from because they want to save their life, or they want to keep someone close to them, or whatever the case may be. But we're not going to be doing that, and we're going to continue to shine light on false prophets, shine light on Jezebels and false doctrines, and so on and so forth. So this is the first precept. This is Ecclesiastes 13 and 23, because you know, I saw this 18-year-old chick. I'm about to put the picture of it up, but she's basically trying to talk down on men that are up over the age of 25 working a 9-to-5, and she is making millions of dollars from OnlyFans, from, you know, basically selling her body, you know what I'm saying, making content and pictures of her body and videos, sexual videos, for money. Which is funny, you know, that's not illegal, you know, that's totally legal, that's totally okay. And it's mad funny. It's mad funny. So this is Ecclesiastes 13 and 23 says, when a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue. And look what he saith, they extol it to the clouds. But if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him. You see that? So, we're symbolic, and we are likened unto the poor man. We're the poor man with the wise poor man. And they're helping, doing whatever they can to help overthrow us. You know what I'm saying? False accusing us, gaslighting us, coming against us, hating on us, making it seem like, oh, you're broke, you're this, you don't have that. When everything is of the Lord's will that we don't have this or don't have that. And we're going to keep on exposing and revealing why all these things are occurring in these last days. What the Lord is really doing, he's preserving us from the evil. He's preserving us from the false reward, the corruptible crown, you know what I'm saying? The deceitful riches of this world, riches gotten by deceit. See, so because we still have a moral code, we still have our soul, we're not going to sell our body. We're not going to sell our soul for the corrupt and fake riches of this world, which a lot of people have been deceived by, man. Men and women. Majority of women have been deceived. That's why the Lord said in Job, he's deprived her of wisdom. Wisdom is not dealing with women. Wisdom is with the lowly. Wisdom is with the men of the Lord. You see? So this is Hebrews 11:24. By faith, Moses, when he was come of year to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season, esteeming the reproach of Christ greater riches than the treasures in Egypt. And this was back in the Old Testament. And so, Moses understood Yahushua. He understood the Messiah. It says, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward. So let's go ahead and get that precept I referred to in Job. And again, remember, the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God. So a lot of these women, right, they trespass against their man, against their head, against their dad, against, I'm going through with, I've seen, sisters, in my family, disrespecting, dishonoring my dad, man, calling him out his name, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. This is definitely the last days, wives, helps dishonoring and disrespecting their head, their husband. You know what I'm saying? Because this world allows it. This world promotes it. It gives you benefits for doing that. But see, though those sinners do wickedness 100 times, they're not going to go unpunished. So this is Job 39:17. Because God hath deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted to her understanding, right? So this weaker vessel is symbolic of mystery Babylon and the woman as a whole. Now, obviously, not all women, but majority, 99% of women, right? And especially those that claim that they're godly and they're in the truth. They're some of the worst ones you could ever imagine, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's go to Revelation 17 and verse 4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color and decked with gold, precious stones, and pearls. From what? From being a fucking harlot. From selling their soul, from selling their body. And it's crazy. Like, I saw this other picture. I might have to put it up too for this lesson. But it was this Northern Kingdom woman, and she was basically like, she had a children with the Edomite, and she's like, I'm getting back to these oppressors now. Now their children are gonna be brown. It's like, no, they're tares now. Like, it's crazy. So it says, having golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication, and upon her forehead, this is what's on their mind, this was on their this is what their thoughts are, was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. You see that? So when you commit sin for rewards, when you commit sin for money, that's an abomination. And that's what majority of people have been doing. That's what majority of mothers have been teaching their daughters. Daughter is as the mother. And this is why it's so important as a man of Israel to conquer lust. You know what I'm saying? Just like that scene with Neo, he checked out that woman in the red dress, and then Morpheus was like, look again. You know what I'm saying? If they're not with us and they're against us, they're an enemy. Ezekiel 16:44 says, "Behold, everyone that useth proverbs shall use this proverb against thee. As is the mother, so is the daughter." You see that? So if the mother is a harlot, a prostitute, everything she does is just for money and for rewards and coming up in this world, then the daughter, right, the offspring, the children, are going to be just like that. So this is what this society has birthed a bunch of bastards. And if you're not in the spirit, you're gonna be mad at me. You're gonna be upset. You're gonna be offended. You're gonna be on the comment board. Don't say that about women. Don't say this about that. What I'm saying? Not understanding the context of this truth, right? Psalm 73:12. "Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world; they increase in riches." You see that? "Verily, I have cleansed my heart in vain, and washed my hands in innocency." Right? Because we're not going down that path. We're not following them. To sin and get rich and get large sums of money. That's what the devil wants. That's why there's so much peer pressure. There's so much, pressure from society to, oh, you have to make a lot of money. You have to do this, or, what I'm saying? So the poor man's wisdom is despised, man. You see? "For all the day long have I been plagued and chastened every morning. If I say I will speak thus, behold, I should offend against the generation of thy children." You see, so let's go to Romans 12:2. It says, "And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove that which is good and acceptable and perfect will of God." So you have to renew your mind. You can't think about how everyone else thinks. You know what I'm saying? All right, so this is Psalms 14:6 says, "Ye have shamed the counsel of the poor, because Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is his refuge." Right? That's our refuge. It says, "Oh, that salvation of Israel come out of Zion. When Yahweh bringeth back the captivity of his people, Jacob shall rejoice and Israel shall be glad." So we're glad. I'm happy to see, time speeding up. I'm happy to see Trump passing all these laws to, come against Israel and so on and so forth, because it's just a telltale sign that our kingdom is at hand, our salvation is at hand, our deliverance, our the Lord giving us the command and the authority to judge the heathens and to rule over our oppressors. That's what we're drooling for. That's what we're desiring. Matter of fact, let's get this. "As a lust of a eunuch." And that's what we are. That's 144,000. We're symbolic of eunuchs because we've cut off the desires of it's not a sin to desire a woman. That's a natural thing. But because of the enemy has totally captivated women and have totally hacked women, they're like the main enemy the devil uses against the man. So we've cut that lust off. We don't have that desire. We're eunuchs, Doesn't mean we've cut off our balls, we cut off our penises. Says, "As the lust of a eunuch to deflower a virgin, so is he that executeth judgment with violence." You see that? So we're not like a lot of you false brothers and false prophets that are not of age and you're not able to yield the sword. Let's go to that in the Old Testament, where the kid couldn't kill the king with a sword. That's how a lot of guys are. They want to save Esau. They want to save the wicked. That's not the Lord's intentions in these last days. So this is Judges 8 and verse 20. It says, "And he said unto Jether, his firstborn, Up and slay them. But the youth drew not his sword, for he feared, because he was yet a youth." You see? So you have to put away childish things. You have to grow up. You have to be mature in this truth. You have to understand what the will of the Lord is in these days. Verse 21. Then Zebah and Zalmunna said, "Rise thou and fall upon us, for as a man is, so is his strength." And Gideon arose and slew, you see, and slew Zebah and Zalmunna, and took away the ornaments that were on their camels' necks. Then the men of Israel said unto Gideon, Rule thou over us, both thou and thy son's son also, for thou hast delivered us from the hand of Midian. You see that? So the 144,000 were the saviors, right? And we're judging the mount of Esau. What are we judging them by? Are we judging them by anything carnal? No, the weapons of warfare are not carnal, they're spiritual, and might through the pulling down of strongholds and things that exalt themselves above the knowledge of Christ, Yahushua. You see? In this world, this whole get so much money, and this it's we're casting it down, we're destroying it. Right? Mark 8 and verse 35, and when he called the people unto him with his disciples also, he said unto them, Whoso will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whoso will save his life shall lose it. And how do people save their life? They take the mark of the beast to save their job. They want to save up all their money. They think that money's gonna save them. They think that money's gonna be able to deliver them out of any situation. You know, a lot of people are like that guy from the Titanic that had all that money and was trying to save his life, which he did, but like he killed himself. So what does that tell you? A lot of people are in a spirit of Judas Iscariot. See, you can't see it right now because people are blind. They don't have the Holy Spirit and the vision to see beyond right now. But we have the victory. We've already won. You know, people that look like they have everything, they lost their soul. And a lot of people get off themselves, honestly. Just like Judas Iscariot. Because he sold out for the bag. And that's how a lot of people are. They just do whatever for the bag. You know what I'm saying? So it says, Whosoever shall lose his life for my sake and the gospel, the same shall save it. For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? Whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him also shall the Son of Man be ashamed when he cometh in the glory of his Father with the holy angels. That's right. So don't desire a woman. Don't desire this world, not just a physical aspect of a woman, but this world as a woman, this weak world, right? It's waxing older through age. It's weak. It's old. It's passing away, right? Don't desire this world and this life and people, whatever, for pleasure, right? Stumble not at the beauty of a woman. Ecclesiastes 25 and 21. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, right? Don't fall for it. And desire her not for pleasure, you see? A purpose of a woman is to help you. And this is what this world demonizes. That's why a lot of guys don't talk about this, because they're pussy whipped, right? But we're as the elect, we're not pussy whipped. We are the rod whippers. We have the iron rod. All right, let's see. This is Sirach 26 and 11. Watch over an impudent eye and marvel not if she trespass against thee. So when people betray you, when family, friends, right, betray you and go against you, don't be surprised about it. You know what I'm saying? Understanding this is all part of God's plan. This is all part of his will being done upon the earth. So this is Proverbs 6:25 says, Lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. You see? For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. So they want to take away your life. They want to take all your money. They want to take your crown. They want to be you. This is why this goes back into the garden where Eve committed fornication with the serpent. You know, because she wanted to usurp authority over the man. You see, and this is why it's so relevant in these last days. So this is Revelation 2 and 9, I know that works in tribulation and poverty, right? He knows what we're going through, but thou art rich. And I saw this video, and it was just like this celebrity basketball player. He was walking the streets of like New York or something, and he was gonna give this straight up homeless guy $100, and he just would not take it for nothing. He tried to slip it into his backpack, and he just took it and he just threw it into the street. You see, that's heavy, because a lot of these riches these people have, right? is cursed riches. It's they have a saying, it's bad. Not all money is bad money. It's not all money is good money, but it's bad money. You know what I'm saying? Because what's behind it? They sold their soul. They made contracts with the devil, with the serpent, with Esau, with this world, where they can't say this, we can't say this, they can't do this, they can't do that. And you know what I'm saying? So it was heavy, you know. So this is, and I know the blasphemy them that say they are Jews and are not, but the synagogue of Satan, right? People that say they're children of God, they say they're the chosen people, but they're not. They're the synagogue of Satan. So the Lord knows exactly what we're going through, because he went through it himself as well, you know. And I'm going to close off with this precept, all right? First Ezra's 4:26. So if you're righteous, you know, as a man, if you're righteous as a woman, then this isn't going to offend you. This is going to empower you. This is going to comfort you. But if you're wicked and the shoe fits, then yeah, you're going to be offended. You're going to feel some type of way, because this is describing you. This is exposing you, you see? First Ezra 4:26. Yeah, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants, for their sakes have become slaves, you see, to their desires, to their lusts. It says many also have perished, have erred and sinned for a woman, you see. Perished, erred, sinned for a woman, you see. And this is what a lot of people, they want to say, oh, don't talk about that, don't say this, because we're blowing their cover. We're blowing their cover, you see. So that's it for this lesson. All praises, glory, honor, and fear to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Baharakak Wadash, Abad Babal, repent, and Shalom.
Over there, seeing him eating out the trash. If I got cash on me, I'm always gonna try to help out a brother like that, man. You don't want no cash, sir? Okay, I guess not. It's really